Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is day three of our 5 day challenge, and we're just making sure that Instagram is going to connect with us. So that's all good. And now we are live for sure on all three platforms. So we are live on Instagram, YouTube, and our Facebook business page. So you can watch from anywhere. And this is day three of our 5 day online business starter challenge. And today's topic is your target audience. And we're going to get into that in just a second. But congratulations goes out to Carol S. from New Brunswick, who actually did her homework and sent it in to us via Messenger. So thank you, Carol. And just as a cool thing that I thought was kind of cool. So yesterday's winner was Charlene, and she was from the Philippines. So I love that we actually have global people. Taking part in this challenge as well. So without without anything else, and if you are enjoying it or if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us because we are definitely here to help you. And that's really what it's all about. So without further delay, let's get right into your target audience, shall we? And so when we're doing your target audience, um, there's a few things here to think about, and that's really just kind of what you need to think about. And so who are you going to approach first? And when you look at that, that really boils down to a warm or cold market. And hopefully you know what that means, but if not, that's okay. So a warm market is like a friend, a family, an acquaintance, somebody who knows you exist. And a cold market is somebody who has no idea who you are or anything about you. And that's one thing to keep in mind too is um, and honestly, most sales do happen in warm markets. Now we'll get into the whole friends and family in a little bit here because that's totally different category. And so, and then the second one for you to actually think about is the friends and family. And notice that they're slightly different than your warm and cold because a warm market can be somebody who's acquaintance who knows you, and a friend and family is way closer to you. And honestly, in a lot of cases, they're a little more judgmental, especially when you get to family. So you may or may not want to target them, depending on a whole bunch of variables. And they also tend to be, sadly, um, the most negative people um, when it comes to any online business because there's this horrible thing that people think about online business, and it makes no sense. If you really break it down, it makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, we all bank online now. I mean, most of us shop online for various things, and so online businesses we know exist, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're legit businesses. I know that all the ones we've ever done have all been legit businesses, different formats and different concepts, but they're all really legit businesses. And so that part baffles me. There are scams out there, of course, but you know, if you're smart and you pick the ones that work for you, they're an opportunity to change your life, and usually with small startup costs. And then the third one that we talk about is why would someone buy from you? And when we break that down, it's like you really have to look at yourself and your business and your products and say, why is somebody going to buy from me? And really consider what that means and how that translates into sales. I do need my coffee this morning, so bear with me as I take my coffee breaks. And so the fourth one is, will you be using attraction marketing? And I guess I should have changed that to be four things to think about, but I think I threw that one in at the very last minute. And so attraction marketing is slightly different because that is you're selling to yourself. You're selling to somebody who is you and who can relate to you on some level. And that is a totally different way to actually market things. It's still valuable. I mean, I totally support attraction marketing as well as just general marketing. There's a slight difference to them, and I'm not going to go into why or anything else in this live. And so, but really take a bit of time to dig into those questions and really think about what it is that you're going to look at. Okay. So when you're thinking about your target market or target audience, and there are many factors considered, but we're only going to discuss the following three. is what we're going to talk about. And so those three today, these are the three key ones that we think about. And first is demographics. And so demographics is the age, gender, a whole bunch of other things. But that's really what you can actually think about as well as we start thinking about it in your market. And the lifestyles and interests of who they are. Like, what do they do? What do they like? And another big one is needs and pain points. Do you have something that somebody needs, or is it a pain point? Is it a solution for somebody? So in this one, we're only going to focus on those three. So for demographics, we often talk about the age, like how old is your target audience? What gender are they? It doesn't matter if it's a gender specific audience. And then their income level. Does your product or service be controlled by what somebody's income level is? The occupation one is one of those fascinating things, because in some cases, does it matter if is your product or service occupation specific? Like, does it help somebody? And other things are like their marital and family status, and even sometimes their education level, because all of this can be boiled down into what you're looking for when it comes to your product or service, right? So, I mean, that's a crucial thing to look at. When it comes to lifestyles and interests, it's like, what are their interests and hobbies? What do they do when they're not working, or what do they do? And values and beliefs can be a huge factor as you're going through things, because people have different things, right? And their personality traits, and you can really dig into, and their attitudes and opinions. Now, when you're looking at attitudes and opinions, I mean, a lot of people are very opinionated. And so, are there lifestyle choices involved? So all of these are also more about digging deep into what your target audience is going to look like, and how your product and services help, hurt, or solve problems for these people, right? And so the needs and pain points are common problems or challenges that everybody has that you're solving. The desired solutions and benefits of your product or services for them, and what it does for them, as well as frustrations with current options that they currently use. So, and the motivations for purchasing. What are you encouraging them to do? Are there pain points involved? What problems are you solving? And so the other thing to really look at when you're looking at your product, your target audience, is looking at whether or not it's a want or a need, because that can change things, right? So, and is it a real need, or is it a perceived need? Or is it a perceived luxury? Everybody has different thought processes. So you have to really, really think about what each one of them means. And so when we're looking at the sales funnel, you have the awareness, right? So the awareness is where you're letting people know that you exist and everything else, and you're using your social media. You're showing them that everything that could be happening, and so on and so forth. And then that's the awareness. And then you want them to get interested. You want them to learn and ask more questions about what it is that you're looking at. And then you take them down the path to they're now reviewing and considering that this is something that, your product and service is something that they might want or need, right? It solves a problem for them or a want. And then your goal is for them to purchase. And that is really the flow. So you're doing awareness, then you're getting them interested, you're getting to the point where they consider everything, and then they're going to make the purchase. And everything that's geared towards that final purchase, that's where you're wanting them to be. So that's exactly what you want them to be. And so now this was just a quick one, because target audience, I wanted it just to be very quick, so that you can actually have an idea as to what that is, but to dig it through, there's a lot more information. And so now just review everything that we've done. There's a worksheet that, if you'd like, that will be uploaded shortly to our bluesquaresuccess.ca/5days, which is where the challenge is being hosted. And to be eligible, you need to have, I have to tweak that a little bit, but you have to comment below, or send us a message, or send us an email with who your target, like a brief description of who your target might be, and then go from there. That's really all that it is. And like I said, there'll be a worksheet on our website very shortly. And on that note, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care. And if you have any questions, just reach out. Bye-bye.